Hey everybody, welcome back to another Diecast review. Today we are taking a look at a non-points win. Kind of a fun one. It is technically Dale Jr.'s final career cup win in Elite. Not a points win, but still a win. So, what we're looking at today is Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s 2016 Can-Am Duel race win. This is the only time he won in the 2016 season. Obviously, later in the year, concussions and just not a good way to end the year. But you'll notice the paint scheme is similar because of Bowman and Gordon ran in it. So let's go ahead and start. We're going to take a look at the box first. Standard Elite box, except for it is the left-handed version. Dale Jr. specifically requested it had this on this side so that he could sign it, because he's left-handed, and he, wants to sign good autographs for the fans. Something I will say, hearing different stories from Dale Jr. throughout his career, one of them was about his helmet. Why he chose to have a very basic, very bland helmet, and not something that was extravagantly painted. And he said, early in his career, at some point, a fan was trying to get a picture with another driver, not him, and knocked the driver's helmet off the pit wall, and it hit the ground and, got chipped or, did something to the paint. And that driver was extremely not happy. I don't know for sure what happened from there. But for what happened, obviously what the driver was frustrated about ended up being kind of a very negative thing for that fan to endure. And, Dale Jr. is just too attached and too nice to the fans that he just said, he doesn't want to care about his helmet. He wants it to be able to fall off the pit wall. And never get mad about it because he doesn't want to do that to a fan. By far, Dale Jr. the best driver in terms of with the fans in mind that I've ever seen, and that's why that guy needs to run NASCAR. Just my opinion, but anyway, yeah. So this is just another example of Dale Jr. doing that thing. He literally requests a specific box for him so he can sign better autographs for those fans, and to me, that is just. It cannot be stated how awesome Dale Jr. has been for the sport, even though the success on track wasn't there. The off track, the way he carried himself and the way he interacted with fans, second to none. And it looks like Noah Gragson has taken a lot of those tips because he's also very, very good that way. So anyway, sorry I ran on a little bit, but I had to bring that up because that is where I don't think Junior gets near enough respect because he is the best at it that I have seen. So anyway, 1 of 300 for the Can-Am Duel win. Let's go ahead and take a look at our serial card here, 133 of 300, and then we've got the race version or the race card here. He started second and led 43 laps. It's a duel, and Junior wins. What can you say? He was just back to his old self, winning all the duels. So let's dig into this car. So it's going to be very basic, but the nice thing is it is a cool new paint scheme that I haven't had before. You can see we do have the metallic blue on the Nationwide car, but then you do, instead of having like a gray or the silver, this is actually a, thought it was a gray, but it's actually looking kind of silver. If it is a silver, it's kind of a brighter silver, but the metallic color is looking like it's there, but not quite as noticeable as the blue, but it is there from what I can see in the light. You'll also notice that the number 88 has some texture to it, which is very interesting because NASCAR generally did not allow textures in the numbers. However, Dale Jr., if I remember correctly, went to Mike Helton specifically and made sure this would be okay. So didn't email it, didn't do all that stuff that, most people do. He took it and, personally went in to say, hey, is this going to work? I want to run this. And, it worked. So that's why you see the design inside the number 88. Over here on the back, you'll see Nationwide, Exalta, and Mountain Dew. Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Hendrick Motorsports on the name rail. Window net does come out here. You can see that. And it does a little flop down. We got our steering wheel, radio wire, seat, all that stuff in there. Go ahead and put that back up. Onto the back of the car, we've got Nationwide on your side, number 88, DIN 133, and Nationwide on the deck lid in the metallic blue. You can see if we pop the trunk open, we do have the brace and the 2 tethers there, and the fuel cell on the back. Also got our number 88 up there on the roof. Let's go ahead and pop open one of these here roof flaps. There you see the 2 tethers that are attached. That is on both roof flaps. As we go back around to the right side, you can see a little bit of exhaust marks there. You can see some marks on the tire, but otherwise pretty clean. It is a dual win. Those do tend to stay a little bit cleaner than, you know, the full raced versions, especially the last few we've gotten. Although it had pretty good damage for the 500, but yeah, pretty clean. As you can see, we get back to the front. We got the Chevy SS front end, a metallic blue all around, except for a white splitter on the bottom, and then of course the gray on either side. But a very sharp looking front end. The metallic blue just to me looks great. The gray really does not look bad on this car. I think it looks. Honestly, it reminds me of Casey Kane's 2006 car where it was red with the white. This is just the blue and silver. So, didn't think about it originally. But yes, that definitely does kind of ring a bell. So, kind of popped into my head a little bit. But I do like the colors. I like the gray and the blue. They do match together really well. I said up here, that 88, you can see there's a texture to the number as well. Let's go ahead and take a look under the hood of this car quick. You can see the tethers, the braces, all the sponsors under the hood. We've got black plug wires in there. You can see them right from there about, along with the silver valve cover, air filter, gold alternator, coolant line. So that's all in there. As you can see, we go underneath the car. We've got DIN number 33 on the serial plate. There you see our full rear suspension functional and working. And we go over to the front. We got all these little lines here. You can see we've got our exhaust, transmission, and we got the posable wheels up at the front. So overall, this car is I don't know how rare it is. I don't know how crazy it is. To me, it's just a really neat paint scheme, and because there's only one of them out there, and it happens to be the dual one, I think that's kind of neat. But I'm not 100% sure, you know, how rare or crazy it is like that. I really just, I don't know enough about the junior cars for that. But as I said, I'm glad I was able to share those junior stories. I just think those are so important about, you know, making sure that even if you don't like say the Noah Gregsons or the other drivers, if they're drivers that are good with fans and they treat the fans really nicely, you can dislike them on the racetrack all you want, but you know there's a sign of you got to appreciate these drivers that, you know, put so much effort into trying to be the best they can for the fans, and that's something that as fans we really got to appreciate. And I 100% respect everything Dale Jr. did, and I am, you know, that is by far one of the more I guess, underrated traits that drivers have. So anyway, that'll pretty much wrap up this video, though. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Also, turn on the notification bell and subscribe for more Diecast content. We are going to have daily Diecast reviews. Also, we've got some new stuff on the way, so make sure you check out anything you're looking for at rasdiecast.com. Otherwise, this has been Race Craze. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we will see you in the next Diecast review.